streaming on TikTok simultaneously at the same time. So just giving them my intro. And some people on my YouTube channel may or may not know me as well. This may be your first time viewing in. I am known in the financial world as Crypto Queen. If you don't know me, now you know. So glad to have you tuned in. I want you to do these things. Come in and hit that like button. If you're on YouTube or Facebook, hit that like button. And if you're on TikTok, right, show some digital love, pump those hearts, hit share. All of my platforms, I need you all to share this message because this is crucial to where we are headed in the economy. So come in again, hit that like and share button as we have inflation going off the chain, the state of this economy. And most people never meditate, they never think about when Joe Biden says to build back better. Have you ever thought about what does build back better really mean? Well, in order to build back, something has to be destroyed, right? Something has to be torn down. Something has to be destructed. And building back better means that this economy is going to experience this year, not next year, this year, of restructuring, economic crash. And I have good news for you, and maybe not so good news for people that's not prepared. So let's start with the good news first, as we have six-figure mompreneur in. Hello, thank you for tuning in on YouTube. Hit those thumbs up. I know this is earlier than my normal live stream, but I have to do some private training. I'm trying to fix my hair at the same time. I have to do some private training tonight for people that's making extra cash flow money from me, working from home. So if you want to know about that opportunity, the work from home opportunity, I want you to text this keyword cash flow to 254-788-1144. Hello, Mr. Cliff, tuning in from Los Angeles. Give me 1 second. Let me try to get this on TikTok. Give me one. Okay. Flip the camera. No, I don't want to flip the camera on TikTok. Just trying to see how TikTok works with the live stream. Not really accustomed to that live stream on TikTok, but I do love the platform. And okay. All right. Just want to make sure that I had everything correct on that platform. So again, you can text the keyword cash flow 254-788-1144 because you need to prepare, right? As we are transitioning, we must know, you got to understand people that cash is trash. Not in the essence that you don't need it to get everyday essentials and supplies, right? Because if you actually burn cash, I don't know if you all know it, but that's considered a crime, a criminal offense, right? And so I'm not saying that cash is trash, do away with it. You still need cash to put gas in your vehicles, to put food on your table, right? To make your groceries, to pay your bills. Cash is very much an essential asset. However, it is the lowest yielding asset that there is. Meaning that if you had your cash flipped into something that performed at a higher rate than this economy right now, then that's how you get ahead of the curve. See, long gone are the days of saving cash like our grandparents and great grandparents used to be able to do in a CD account, in a money market account. Hello, Curtis. So glad you joined in, King. Thank you so much. Long gone are those days. And let me see something real quick. Curtis, I'm going to add you a moderator for my channel. It's just how much I think I made that change. So let me know if it's working, Curtis. That's how much I value you being a long time viewer and connected to my voice. So I just added that moderator button. Let me know if you see any changes on your end, Curtis. Just want to say thank you. That means now Curtis had the power to get any spammers out to keep the context clean cut, to keep us focused so we don't have people coming in with illicit comments, right? And so, Curtis, let me know if you see any change on your end. I just made that change on my end as he makes a statement. And yeah, now Curtis, you have your wrench for my channel. I don't know why I haven't done it a long time ago. But Curtis now has officially has his wrench. And he states in 2022, I agree you need more assets. 90% assets, 10% cash. And Curtis, the rules of the game has changed. And guess what? It has changed forever. This is what people has to understand. You have to be asset rich and liability poor, right? This is the time in which you have to be asset rich and liability poor. Hello, Todd. Hello, Todd. Yes, Curtis. Okay, thank you. Curtis said he sees that change as well. So you have to be asset rich. And Todd, I'm gonna give you a wrench as well. Asset rich, right? Todd also put two kings as my moderators. Todd has been rocking with me for a long time, so I trust that he and Curtis know when it's time to block some people out. That way I can keep my flow, keep my live stream going. We don't have interruptions. We're all millionaires or future millionaires on this channel, and we want to keep people with the same mindset and the same goals as we are helping each other build back better after the destruction happens, like for real in real life. In real life, we're helping people do that in real life this year. And so, what people need is cash flow, Curtis. They need cash flow. See, income and cash flow is differently. Income can be made solo. Income can be produced at a job. Cash flow is often made with the efforts, energy, and vibration through networking of other people. Cash flow outpaces inflation, where income does not. See, many people have to go and beg their boss for a pay raise that's not enough to make it in today's world, in reality. They have to beg for a paycheck checkup. They have to beg for a pay raise. They have to hope to get a promotion. Most people switch jobs every 7 years. So the 40-year plan is out the window, right? So the 40-year plan was like this. You work for 40 years, right? You give 40 hours a week. Let's work for 40 years, give 40 hours a week, which totals to 160 hours a month. That's a whole lot of your time that people do not use or devote to getting ahead or not living paycheck to paycheck. And then they told you, okay, after 40 years, if you be faithful on this job for 40 years, that we'll give you a pension or your 401k up to 40% of what your paycheck was or your income was for you to live off of the rest of your life. But how many of you all know that the retirement system in the 401k plan is not working? Right? Actually, the 401k plan is a scam, right? In essence, but I won't get into that. And so that's why you have retired UPS workers, retired school teachers that then have to say in retirement, welcome to Walmart. And guess what? They're not even hiring those type of employees in Walmart anymore. You used to see the elderly people that would hold those positions just to be your greeter or your welcomer and say, welcome to Walmart. They don't have greeters anymore. So even those, when the self-checkout cashiers opportunity came, less people were needed for the labor force of jobs like Walmart that people in retirement was able to do. So I say this, why not just increase your cash flow with a work from home opportunity? Why not get an income, if that's your choice, a 1099 or a specialist or sole proprietorship or small business owner from the hours of 9 to 5? Why not do that? And then from the hours of 6 to 10, why not flip the script and put those 4 hours, right? 4 hours into building cash flow and into building a legacy of additional income, right? Someone's on TikTok says something fell on good ground. Someone says follow the host. Thank you all for joining in at TikTok. Make sure you pump some hearts and give some digital love. Thank you for my viewers on TikTok. So share this information. I'm a financial coach. Used to be the queen of credit. Now I'm the queen of crypto. I help people with their cryptocurrency portfolio because this is the new currency system. This is what the old fiat dollar, right? If you know anything about Venezuela, this used to be the paper Venezuela dollar, right? Thank you so much for the digital hearts, TikTok. Thank you so much. This used to be actual dollars, $50 bill from Venezuela. I have an entire stack of these, and it's worthless. Well, most people find it hard to believe, but you're going to see this in the US dollars where they're just going to be collectibles soon because everything is going to be digitalized, right? So give me more likes on TikTok as well. More likes can help attract more viewers. And this is where we're headed, people, to where the US dollar, the euro, the paper one, no paper money is needed. And if you've been keeping in communications of what's going on with the local media, you know that they're rolling out 5G on a larger scale, right? And let me share this with you if you're watching me on YouTube. Again, you can find me on YouTube as Crypto Queen on YouTube. Thank you. Yeah, I moved from credit to crypto. I did. I got out the credit game. I saw the changes that they were making in the credit game in order to transition to cryptocurrency. I saw the resilience score coming along that's going to bank the FICO score. I saw that credit is just not going to be based on your three numbers, but on how much money how much of a balance, how much of a cash flow in and out that you keep in your checking account. So, hello, Mr. Wilson, Sylvia, or Miss Wilson, Sylvia Wilson. Hello to you. Thank you for tuning in on TikTok. Thank you so much. Show some hearts and hit some digital love on TikTok as well. And so, for my other audience, you are seeing how 5G, the article about, yes, Curtis, you're so correct. There's a strategy to getting rich. There's a strategy to being a millionaire. There's a strategy to being a decamillionaire. No one rich and wealthy just stumbled across that. No one that's out of the lifestyle of living paycheck to paycheck just stumbled into money, right? No one just had a money plan without having a tax plan. Everyone needs to understand if you want to make more money and keep more money, financial literacy, you need to understand the difference between income and cash flow. Because I tell people like this, right? Solo money is slow money. There's no working two jobs that can get you out of what this economy is headed, right? And let me break it down this way. See, cash flow appreciates with time. Cash flow appreciates with time. Income depreciates. So that means job income, because it can never keep up with inflation, your dollar is able to purchase less and less. So cash or income depreciate, but cash flow appreciates. Because if you are in the work from home program, the credit and cash flow program that I have people following me, hundreds of people that's on my team within my network, the more that they share the cash flow and opportunity with other people, the more increased cash flow they can get and they will earn without asking for a pay raise or a promotion. They get paid every day. Every day. How many people on this live stream can tell me, if you're if you're an independent contractor, this doesn't relate to you, but tell me that you get daily pay. And another great thing about why cash flow is more appreciation is because it is taxed lower than income. See, what most people don't know is that if you are an employee, if you complete a W 4, you are taxed higher than any other type of labor work in the United States. You are taxed higher if you have a job. Entrepreneurs are taxed lower than employees. And this is why, right? The reason why. Well, Tiffany, I just added Curtis. He is a moderator. He has his wrench. And I just added Todd as a moderator as well. So, yes, right. You got to be forward thinking. Todd says he's currently on the bus traveling back across the border from Mexico. I'm salty. Why are you salty, Todd? Oh, you're on the bus traveling back across the border from Mexico, right? Curtis and Tiffany are having that side conversation, but this is the financial education people need to understand. Cash flow is taxed lower than income, right? Cash flow is taxed lower than income. And so that's why cash flow is always better than income. Earn portfolio or passive income, right, is always better than an earned portfolio. Passive income is always better than earned portfolio. And so this is why rich people don't have jobs, they have assets. This is why rich people have experts surrounding them over employees. See, let me tell you something about desiring to be the smartest person in the room. There's nothing wrong with having intellectual knowledge. I firmly believe in building up your financial literacy and your financial education, for example. However, sometimes people, when they go through the ranks of a school system, they don't understand the concept of working with others to make money. They are so used to being the smartest person. I'm working alone. I'm sitting in my desk alone. We don't do collaborative problem solving. They're not used to right-brained thinking, creative thinking, and working in a network of teamwork for collaborative cash flow strategies. They're used to being alone. They're used to being solo. And they're used to being rewarded based off a letter system and the school system from A to F. But in the real world, it doesn't work like that. In the real world, you need a team. It doesn't matter if you was an A student in math or geometry. If you don't know the basic mathematics with money as it relates to how much taxes are taken out of your paycheck. Look, the mathematics you need to know to make it financially in this world is, okay, I'm getting taxed 30 to 40% out of the money that I'm making. And then I have a 401k or a pension additional 10 to 20% coming out of the money that I'm making. And then from there, you have your big businesses, insurances, vision insurance, health insurance, accidental insurance, cancer insurance, um, paycheck protection insurance, right? That if you're laid off or sick for any amount of time, that your paycheck will be temporarily for up to maybe 6 months to a year. A portion, not all, but a portion of that you will receive through disability insurance. So in essence, most people don't know that you have 30 to 20% of your paycheck to live off of. And then they don't know that you can control that if you added 475 tax deductions through a home-based business, which means on average, at minimum, you can at least have $300 all the way up to $1,400, depending on if you're married, single, head of household, how many children you had. My highest amount when someone joined the home-based business, and guess what? Right now they have a special. It's only a $129 investment. They join the home-based business for $129 and receive, because a husband and wife team together can join, a paycheck checkup or a paycheck pay raise without working overtime, without asking for additional hours, without getting a promotion. $1,400 people back in their household. For at that time, it was $228 investment. Now, if you're watching this live, I want you to put makes sense. That makes sense all day, right? And you can even put sense, CENTS. Makes, let's do it that way, sense. Hashtag makes sense. And if you're watching us on the replay, I want you to hashtag that as well. It makes sense. People, if it does not make dollars, it should not make sense. And I know that scent look like a scent or aroma, but we're going to make that work. Thank you, Justice said makes sense. That makes sense all day, every day. And so people often ask me all the time for the home-based business, do I have to sell any products? No, you don't. It's not Mary Kay. This is not IASO tea or whatever the weight loss tea product. This is not a weight loss program. This is not where you have to buy something up front and then store it wherever you live and hope that somebody wants what you're offering. We make your money grow through strategies with the money you're already making. And then we position you, and I say we, I'm talking about a team of experts. I'm not talking about people like Joe Bob's Credit Repair that pop up every credit season and offers you a $6,000 advancement, but they charge you interest, which means you're getting less of your income tax return because you are in cash flow negative. No, I'm talking about experts that speak 8 languages, that are IRS specialists, that look at your W-4 and strategically see if you are missing any deductions that you should have had because you may not know the proper way to complete it. And then they add 475. So they inject it with 475 from the home-based business. And now at minimal, it's $300, and the maximum amount I've seen is $1,400. Makes sense. Thank you all so much for making a mind message connection. Is it Justice Thomas? Just text me. Okay, and I'll get with you. And this is my personal number. It's not a fictitious number. It's not a robot. I got you, Justice, 845-270. Sure did. I got you. If that's your number, I'll respond to you after the live stream. And so now you have this 5G that's rolling out to bring in cryptocurrency. That's the whole point of it. So everybody can have mobile money. So everybody can have the strength of the internet to bring in, to use the cryptocurrency, to use the digital dollar, to use the Fed coin, right? And so this 5G technology is so strong, however, that it's had to cancel out flight plans because they were afraid that devices on the plane could malfunction. Right? I may do a video later on about the health effects and issues of 5G. And then you can put 2 and 2 together and see why there's a record number of 9 million people sick today. 9 million people are out sick. So AT&T, Verizon agreed to restrict 5G near airports after airlines warned that potential interference from it could cause a crucial device on planes to malfunction, and it forced people to cancel flights. That's how strong this is. But I want you to know the purpose of this 5G rollout is to bring in the cryptocurrency and the digital money. And this old money system is going to be cashed out. So if you don't play by the rules of the wealthy, you're going to remain poor, and you're going to get even poorer because, thank you so much for the thumbs up on Facebook and the digital love, because people, you have to beat the prices of inflation. See, what inflation does is it allows your dollar, your hard earned money, to purchase less. Um, I think everyone, Zenith, is going to eventually have 5G phones, 5G Wi Fi for this new economic system, this new world order. Just one of the small things that I'm doing on my iPhone, for example, to help is I have the EMF. If you can see that radiation is like a gold clip, the EMF radiation chip, right? And that helps to combat some of the direct 5G. Uh, Zenith says, is gold a good choice? Uh, it depends. I don't think it's a good choice for cash flow. I don't think it's a good choice for cash flow because it's not going to bring you in. You can't take it to the grocery stores and purchase any groceries with it when this economy gets turned for worse. You can't go to the gas station and purchase gas with it. It may be a point that when it gets so bad that you'll have local dealers who may accept um, some silver rounds and things like that for gas because they're going to know the value of gold and silver. Silver is going to be for RFID chips. Silver is going to be for this 5G Wi-Fi. Silver is going to be for Tesla. So if you're cash flow negative, no. But if you're cash flow positive, yes. And this is why I tell people, get your cash flow up so that have ways to make money from home. Have ways and see in the 254-788 1144 numbers, 10 different ways to get cash flow to get paid. And no, you don't have to recruit people, but if you share the program with people and they needed help, you all do know that 98% of Americans have a paycheck. Who could not use IRS experts as we will have a delay in tax refunds this year? So who could not use IRS experts to get more money back out of their paychecks in these conditions that we're experiencing right now? Can you tell me anybody that could not use those services? Well, we have 98%, right, of Americans who earn a paycheck. And so you get rewarded financially by helping people who need financial help, including yourself. Listen, you cannot help a poor person if you are one of them, right? That's why they tell you on the airplanes that if there's flight issues, that you first have to put on your mask first. Because if you don't have your mask on, you can't help your child who may be next to you in the flight. You can't help the people next to you. You have to provide yourself with the help that's needed first before you can help others. Why? Why, Queen? Because right now, U.S. jobless claims rose to 200 people and 86,000 last week alone. 286,000 just last week alone as child tax credit is cut off. You're not getting child tax credit anymore. People are accustomed to getting it on the 15th. And let me tell you, with a delay in tax returns, they are going to feel that this year. I mean, before April of this year. And I'm gonna show a video clip explaining it. But that doesn't take me to show a video clip. That's just, simple understanding. So filings for jobless claim increased at the start of the year, right? As businesses contended with Omicron related disruptions and adjust its workers following the holiday hiring season. So 286,000. Initially, unemployment benefits rose people from 55,000 to 286,000 people during the week of January the 15th. And I'm telling you, a limited time $129 opportunity to help you make money, because if you're going to be at your house, apartment, or townhouse, you might as well make money. You might as well use the internet to do more than be on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, than to be just viewing other people's channels and sharing your intellectual knowledge. And you're not advancing financially. So the 4-week average was about 231,000, an increase of 20,000 from the previous week, an increase of 20,000. People, I'm talking about 1 week. This is known as the Great Resignation, but jobs are leaving as well. As Yahoo Finance just announced that elimination isn't going to be possible with this virus. They're saying elimination is not going to be possible, right? And the reason being is that they've distributed 4 jabs, 4 in countries like Israel, and even 4 hasn't worked. It says the virus infects a number of different animal species, and even if a human being on a planet were jabbed, right, that there's still potential that the host, in the form of other animals, people that get this virus, could get into you. That's interesting, as Asia has the highest numbers right now. And then Europe is second. Africa is very low. That's interesting. I want to get into that. I won't even get into that. So to make it simple and plain for you, they're saying even the jabs, they don't have any answer anytime soon. Right? Thank you, Augustine says she's right. I appreciate that. So now, here's some good news. Who want to hear some good news? Who want to hear some good news? I got some good news for you. Tells why Africa is low. Well, melanin in your skin, I'll say it this way, helps against radiation. I'll make it this simple. Right? Yeah, Africa. Melanin in the skin, and they're trying to still encourage them to get jabbed at a high rate, even though their rates are the lowest. Right? So 50 billion. Here's the good news. I wish I had a drum roll sound. Let me. And I told you all this is going to be the year of Jubilee as well. This is the 50th year. You all know we are in the Shemitah year. The Shemitah year combines Jubilee also. That means you're going to have some debts erased and eradicated. But guess what? Even with this, people will own nothing, as the World Economic Forum says, and be happy. Right? People will own nothing. Why? Because even though, see, what people don't understand, and I don't want to put a damper on the good news, is that debt-free also means asset-free. See, when you file bankruptcy, for example, you're technically debt-free, but you might not have a vehicle. You might not have a house. You're free of that credit card, but you can't utilize credit to leverage credit to invest in businesses, to invest and gain more cash flow, because now that affects your credit score, right? Now that affects your credit score, and you can't leverage credit to gain assets. So oftentimes, Jubilee does mean debt freedom, but people, debt freedom, it does not mean asset freedom. But $50 billion of student loan debt can be entitled to automated cancellation. Let me say this. I believe that this cancellation of student loan debt is still going to be recorded on your taxes as income. The government gives no freebies, people, no freebies at all. The government gives no freebies. I still believe, and this is where tax shelters come in. This is where tax shelters come in. Hello, let's see. I got hello. Darren says, "OMG, I can't tell. I can't tell long. I'm trying to be on your chat. Been a while. Good night. I guess you're saying you can't stay long. Darren, real quick, what part of the world are you located in? Let me know. Let me know. Thank you. I'm glad you caught me live stream. Thank you so much. Yeah, they give nothing for free. And it's people, I'm telling you, if you don't understand the importance of this $129 investment to get more cash flow and taxes, you are not positioning yourself for a great 2022 or 2023 or 2024, because this Great Depression is going to be longer than any depression or recession that we've experienced, because it's going to be a global financial reset. So judges have changed their readings on how private student loan debt should be treated in bankruptcy. So, private debts can be included now. The report by student borrowers estimate how much a private student loan debt may be dischargeable in student loan debt. 2.6 million people will be eligible for release, and you also have Navient, right? So if you're struggling to repay your student loan, you might be entitled to automatically get rid of them in bankruptcy if you are one of the 2.6 million borrowers with certain types of privately issued loans. Again, you also have Navient. Up to this point, private student loans could not be included in the bankruptcy. But again, they're revamping this because they're bankruptcying out the paper-based dollar system as well. And so, student loan borrowers, about 50 billion people out there. I've been telling you all for over a year that a lot of student loans that will be eradicated, and as well as um, uh, reparations. I believe this will be the year of reparations. Okay, Darren is from Trinidad, Tobago, the Caribbean. Thank you so much for tuning in, Darren. Um, oh, he says last year I learned so much from you. Thank you, Queen. You all, it's showing over 400 people in the live stream and only 34 thumbs up. So you all get those thumbs up. Let's invite more people. I average maybe 200 to 300 people on the live stream, but I really want to get to 1,000 this year. So help me help you and help get the message out. We are a millionaire community, decamillionaires, billionaires, and some people will be trillionaires. So let's get the lights up, people. Let's get the lights up. Thank you so much in advance. If this is any value to you. Right, Great Depression. Right, and thank you so much, Darren. He said he's learned so much from my platform. I'm so glad. And other news. Now I know I just went from good news to maybe not so good news, but nearly 580,000 people are homeless in the United States right now. And more people are becoming homeless because evictions. Because of evictions. This is going to be, as Charles Dickens would put it, the best of times and the worst of times at the same time. As people in California and New York, they have the highest percent of homeless people. They can't afford it. It's just too expensive. It's just too expensive for a person making under 100K to survive in California and New York right now. And this is because these are going to be the sub hubs of this new technology center. New York, we already have parts of California and Silicon Valley. Now you're going to see an expansion of technology, of artificial intelligence coming out of especially New York. And so what does that mean? That means that, the people who income-wise, the cost of living is going to increase taxes, that those you're going to be driven out, and you're going to have to find places that fits your monetary budget to live. So another article shared by CBS News, a record 9 million Americans said they were not working because they had the Rona or the Coco or the C-19, right? I try not to say the word. I don't want my video to be flagged from getting future viewers and everything. So I have to be careful, especially on YouTube platform. But or they were caring for someone or a loved one that had the C-19. So this surge in sick workers is impacting the job market as well. As I told you, our 286 workers out. 9 million Americans out with C-19. And so people, now more than ever, you have to see it. You got to see what's going on. You got to understand Build Back Better. Let me share this small video clip with you all about President Biden and no longer wants a lockdown. That doesn't happen. That means more and more cases, as they're telling you that they do not have an answer for this. Right? Hello, Paula. Hello to you. Thank you, Sans. Appreciate the information. Right? Give with the left, take with the right. Yep. That says it all, Curtis. That's pretty much the sum of the government. But we have solutions on here. I'm telling you the issues and the problems, but I'm also giving you the solutions at the same time. Right? So let's listen in a couple of minutes of this. No more lockdowns. Joe Biden.
Morning, everybody, and welcome to Rising. Just another incredible lineup today. Robbie, who do we got?
Love this enthusiasm. Panelists Rebecca Azor and Sam Gadoldig discuss the Biden administration's defense of a Trump-era deportation policy. And former presidential candidate Marianne Williamson weighs in on the state of our two-party system. Plus, Missouri Senate candidate Lucas Kunce discusses his support for a bill that would outlaw stock ownership for members of Congress.
So yesterday, President Biden delivered remarks and answered questions from reporters for the first time in months. When talking about COVID, Biden steered away from his usual the pandemic of the unvaccinated messaging and said this.
I'm not going to give up and accept things as they are now. Some people may call what's happening now the new normal. I call it a job not yet finished. It will get better. We're moving toward a time when COVID-19 won't disrupt our daily lives. We're not going back to lockdowns. We're not going back to closing schools. Schools should stay open.
Biden's message comes as New York, New Jersey, Massachusetts, and Connecticut are all seeing a rapid decline in COVID cases, and Washington, D.C. too, which I'm very excited about, which could mean that these northeastern states, Omicron has peaked. So Axios confirmed the downward trends in parts of the U.S. and noted that in South Africa and the UK, which experienced Omicron waves before the US, cases spiked dramatically and fell off almost as quickly.
Should have got, but so what else can you do?
Right, yeah.
People have their freedom, they have their choice. And I think it's interesting to see these other countries. It's crazy to look at South Africa. We talk about a peak, but its peak was so much lower than the UK's peak was higher than ours. I mean, this is per, I think it's on a population basis, but not raw numbers, obviously.
Right.
But still a confusing disease at the end of the. Why Africa has had such a fewer? Maybe they're not testing, they're not counting. Maybe it has been bad, but we don't know. I don't actually think that is the case. But Africa versus South America, two continents with poverty and tend to have similar magnitudes of bad outcomes for things like akin to this. And South America had a disastrous COVID experience. Africa just isn't as bad, and you don't know if it's a climate thing. It's who knows.
Well, there was some report recently.
Wow, so that's on Africa. They're saying who knows? Yeah, 83,000 homeless people, but let me tell you this, where there is already poverty for some reason, C-19 is not affecting. Right? It's only affecting areas like California, New York, where they, I believe, want uh, a redistribution of how this economic system is going to operate. Right? Um, that's just what I believe. That it's just a redistribution of people that they want in those areas in those regions. They're going to bring these 5G towers because this is a global transfer, right? This is a global transfer that people have to understand. This is just not going to be United States. This is just not going. This is going to be globally. As China right now is the economic powerhouse, United States is not producing anything, and it's difficult as right now. If China shuts down, as China is shutting down its economy, we're not getting any exports in the United States. And guess what? We're not. We're not exporting anything out of the United States, and we're not getting any imports as well. But I'm thankful today that I went to my local grocery store and it was stocked with food again. I went there about 2 days ago, and that was not the case. That was not the case. But you're going to see more and more food shortage. Economic experts, are warning about this. And so, people, this is here. It's going to be, as Dan Pena says, the biggest of all economic crashes. He said this is going to make 2008 look like a flesh wound. And let me bring this breaking news, and I'm going to wrap this up. About now, truck drivers having to have the jab enforced, and you have maybe 40 to 50% of truck drivers. So now this is also affecting our produce and things being shipped to us in forms of groceries. Mainly is the main focus of what we're getting in. So people, although President Biden says another not lockdown is not coming, that may look on the surface as good news. I hope he's able to stick to that. Again, as we have a record number of 9 million people that's reported to be affected. However, if they have no answer for this, which they don't, an answer for radiation as well, and they're increasing radiation, you're going to see numbers increasing, and they're going to call it the C-19. So research, definitely radiation as well. Again, I'm not a health advisor. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm a financial strategist, right? Todd says it's crazy because I've been to just about every region in Mexico, region in Mexico, and there have been no signs of food shortages here. Wow. Yeah, it's been stocked. It's my local grocery store was pretty stocked up today, so that's always grateful. I heard though in Texas that is pretty scarce, but that wasn't because of supply shortages. Chain shipping in is because they were told or that they would have winter storms coming through, and people just went in and overbought. And I can't blame Texas for that or Texanians for that because of the last winter storm that they experienced and the issues with that, right? So let's listen in a 3 or 4 minute clip of this.
It's sort of a perfect storm, isn't it? All of these issues are working against getting the economy back up on its feet. I mean, I know we're roaring in some areas, but inflation is roaring as well. We still have the supply chain issue problem, and a lot of that has to do with the labor shortage. And now, because of the policies of the Biden administration, we have this new vaccine mandate that was devised back in November. Now it seems less scientific than ever to have a vaccine mandate, particularly with Omicron, when everybody's getting infected despite vaccines. But it kicks in 4 days on truckers. 50% of all truckers, it's estimated, have not been vaccinated. So that would essentially possibly eliminate up to 50% of truck drivers who are already in short supply. That's going to make the supply chain crisis even worse, no?
Yeah, that's right. And the fact is that they keep saying it's a supply chain crisis, it's a temporary thing. But as your previous story highlights, that there are these liberal policies all across the country that are leading to kind of a permanent negative shock to supply. I can tell you, I went to the grocery store to shop. That's one of the things I do for my family. You know, we break up the jobs, and there was no beef at all at a grocery store, a big grocery store right here in DC. I mean, it's astonishing how much the supply disruption is affecting everybody's lives. And what the Biden administration is doing is they're pushing harder on the liberal policies. You know, come on, they're allowing train robberies, and now, you know, the shock to trucking is going to be really, really startling. I think that you know, probably you'll get double-digit inflation because of this, and it'll continue to skyrocket out of control until, you know, basically, I think the Republicans capture the House and start to move policies in the opposite direction. It's clear that this White House doesn't have a plan to deal with the supply chain disruption. You know, where was Mayor Pete when you know, I-95 was shut for 2 days because of a small snowstorm, right?
All right, did you all hear that inflation is going to double? They're saying that inflation is going to double. So just some shout outs. Some of my business partners. I have a wonderful business in a wonderful way. We offer wonderful services and we get wonderful pay. So I want to give a shout out some promotions of people in my business team who's getting daily pay, daily cash flow. And I will. Miss Trini McCullen, she got promoted today. She's getting daily pay. She is now in position and closing in at a minimum of $600 a month residually. Again, TikTok, their number is 254-788-1144. Text the keyword cash flow. So she got her rank closing in a minimum of $600 of non-wage income, increase of daily pay, and she took the necessary steps to increase her network. Another shout out to Miss Lanika Farah, the same thing, non-wage income, business is self-funded. I don't know you all understand the importance of this, but having a business with no overhead, right? It's not like when you have your own business, you have overhead, daily, sometimes weekly and monthly, sometimes daily. I mean, where you got to, you know, continue to buy products as we have a supply chain issue. Some people have to revamp their business now because some of the supplies people needed in order to operate their business, they're hard finding them on the shelves. And so this is why we have a no product based company, just a home based business with financial experts that help people increase, get an instant pay raise out of their paychecks if that relates to you. Everybody doesn't have paychecks. To fight inflation, to get residual money versus retirement money, right? Residual money versus retirement money, and to self fund your business. That means when you hit this rank, right, at minimum, the only thing you have to invest in is $39.99 a month, and that's for your website. Excuse me, that's for your website. That's just for the software and the website, so you can tell people more about it. And so, with that being said, let me read some comments. Stores in some areas having food shortage in Houston. That's interesting because I had someone to actually tell me that there were no shortages in Houston, but I have a business partner in Texas that told me that there were food shortages in Texas, right? And so if you're a military or if you're just a person who needs, you say, well, Queen, I don't want to make any extra money, right? I'm good on the money side, but I do need my credit up. Also, the home-based business, also negotiate your bills that you're already paying. Your light bill, your water bill, your cell phone bill, your, let me see. Yeah, no solution, Curtis. Your Netflix bill, whatever bills you have, They negotiated, whether it's if you don't have Netflix, if you have some type of Comcast or cable services, et cetera, et cetera. They negotiate all of these to get you lower. So it's so many ways that they create instant cash flow. So this is how your instant pay raise works. This is just 7 of the 470 possible ones. So the number of miles you drive, you're getting money back for driving mileage anyway, right? So the number of mileage that you're driving, you get money back out of that. Internet use, when used for business use, how many have internet and home internet services, and you just pay that expense out and not knowing that it's a tax write-off? Also, if you have children, you tap them into the business. It's up to $12,000 back per child. So instead of giving your child or children an allowance, you give them a salary, right? And then you get to write that off in tax deductions for doing chores and things to assist you in the business, right? Of course, they have to do some work, but children should already have chores. And you're teaching them the difference between being an employee to work for somebody else versus to be an entrepreneur to work with you in the family business. And all for $129 startup investment. The cost of business meal, travel expenses, health insurance premium, right? Again, this deduction is based on a child and $12,000 of tax-free income. See, you want to know how the rich and wealthy stay rich and wealthy. They earn their money in different brackets. That means they don't have money that that's why they don't work jobs, because they're like, I get taxed more from the government for working a job. So they have other ways of earning money. Where you have 68% of Americans that have less than $5,000 in savings at the age of 65. Millions of Americans have 2 jobs when they can work 1 job if they choose, and then just push a side hustle or a side business. 78% of Americans live paycheck to paychecks, and 80% of Americans finance their lifestyle. The experts people can help you use your tax savings, right? Employees only have 9 tax exemption. As an entrepreneur, you have 400, or you can have up to 475 deductions. So turn your tax money that you're getting taxed into a plan that eliminate bad debt. Bad debt is anything that take money out of your pocket. Good debt is put money into your pockets. That's how you flip the game in this credit cash flow game. Use your credit to get assets, not liability. And you use leverage and experts and the expertise and the knowledge and the energy, vibration, and frequency of other people. Right? Someone says let's call impeachment. I don't think impeachment is going to work. Every president is put in that position for an agenda to be carried out. I don't see that happening. But many people will want it. And last but not least, I can't end this live stream, or I won't, without going over cryptocurrency. This is what I use my extra cash flow and tax deductions that I have in the business to invest in. I just get more crypto rich. So we got BTC, Bitcoin at 40K today. Ethereum at 3,000. Ethereum hit as high as 4K. Everything was in the green earlier. ADA, Dano is making some big changes. That's going to be a great deal as well. You got Doge still at 16 cents, and Crypto.com is in the green. That's the new Lakers arena name, is the Crypto Arena, no longer known as the Staples Center. So that's your short and quick crypto news. But again, this is how I use my additional cash flow, right, to get more and more crypto rich and wealthy. You all, I'm signing out. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you hit the thumbs up if you haven't. If you're watching this replay, do the same and share. And how big can you think, people? How big can you think? Magnify your mind. You have to think bigger, right? To be bigger, to be better financially, you have to think bigger. You can't listen. You are the sum total of the 5 people that you hang around. You hang around 5 broke people, you're going to be the 6th. That's just logistics. You hang around 5 rich and wealthy people, you're going to be the 6th. That's just logistic. Think bigger and maximize your circle around people that are thinking on that level, right? You want to be around people that are thinking and operating at a higher level than you financially, spiritually, and morally. So, how big can you think? And so, maximize your mind, multiply your money, people. Matthew 25 in the Bible says that the person that only saved their money was called wicked and evil and cast into outer darkness. There's hell on earth, right? So multiply your money. You don't want hell on earth. I promise you don't. Money is not meant to be saved. It's meant to be circulated. That's why it's called currency. Cryptocurrency works 24/7, whether you can ride with the dips or not. Maximize your mission in life, people. Be blessed to be a blessing. Again, you cannot help the poor if you are one of them. And multiply with your mouth. The Bible says the power of life and death is in your tongue. Hey, thank you so much, you all. I thoroughly enjoy my live stream, but I have to get out. I have to do a private Zoom with the people. They get mentorship in the home-based business to help them. So let me get ready for my private Zoom. I may live stream later tonight. So make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Make sure you follow me on TikTok. Make sure that you like the page on Facebook. And on YouTube, hit that bell notification so you'll get notified the next time that I'm live streaming. Let's take advantage of the greatest wealth transfer that this generation has ever experienced. But you got to be positioned right, people, because this is chess. It's not checkers. Make sure you are making the right financial money moves in this time so you can be a part of it. Queen out. You all be blessed.